Yeah, Fritzy, you can bring in Joe. Although, Paul, I'm surprised you didn't want to escort Joe up here.
Oh, well, I cleared the way.
Joe looks like he's in shape. Joe looks like he's been. Have you been working out?
A little bit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that for my son. That was cool.
Oh no! Stop. Did Fritzy ask you to do a bar mitzvah video for his son?
I don't know what you're talking about. About what?
What's the oddest request you've ever gotten?
Well, that might have been it. No. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. That's too many years ago.
Yeah, but
probably.
I'm sure you've had to sign certain body parts and things like that, or had the request for that, right?
Some people, oddly enough, I haven't.
You have not?
I have not. Well, like a guy's leg who has a tattoo of my signature. Yeah.
Oh, so you signed it in Sharpie, and then he got a tattoo?
They got a tattoo of it.
Yeah, Paulie.
So no one's ever asked him to sign a body part before?
Well, I just said a guy like that.
Wow.
Usually it's something around this 49er.
Yeah.
Hasn't been it.
The official introduction, he's Joe Montana, who won a few Super Bowl rings, joining us, Stan Patrick Show.
Hey, you shoot from the same spot every time. Every time you go in that room, you should go to the same thing. Am I right? Have you seen him? Same spot every time. I was just checking. Is that your favorite spot or something? You like that spot?
You know what? The light looks good on me.
Okay.
It's a camera angle. That's
just
all.
checking. Just checking.
Well, you probably had habits, too, when you played, you know?
Oh, no.
You did not. You always rolled right, Joe.
Well, maybe that's because I had a bad left tackle. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding, Bubba. Just kidding.
Did you have, what was your pregame routine?
I used to be the last one on the bus and take the last bus to the games. And at home, I'd try to get there late. I didn't like being in the locker room. And in the first Super Bowl back in Detroit, we were on the last bus. And at the time, the vice president decided he was coming to the game. They stopped traffic, shut down everything, and we were stuck on the bus. And we're looking at our watches going, we're supposed to be on the field in like 20 minutes. And, you know, Bill stands up, like Bill would do, and say, don't worry, guys. Chico Norton was our equipment manager, and Bronco was our assistant. He goes, don't worry, guys. Game's already started. Chico scored, and Bronco kicked the extra point. We're winning 7-0. So that was the last time I took a bus. And then from that point on, I got up, had a little piece of steak, grabbed the Snicker bar, and headed to
the field?
Went straight to the field, no matter how early it was. I think one of the Super Bowls, it was late in the evening, and I was there from like 8 in the morning in the stadium. I don't know. I was helping the equipment manager. I was fixing shoes, whatever I could do, I was trying to do.
The whole Deflategate here.
The what?
Yeah, exactly. Now, if I went back and looked at your footballs, were you able to prepare your footballs?
It went through different stages there was a time where we could practice with the balls from like Thursday. You have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which is basically a walkthrough. And then it went to a point where the kickers got so bad with the balls that they were putting them in a washing machine and they were drying them. And I don't think our guys did that, but the NFL said, forget it. Then they went to balls come straight out of the box. And they are no fun when they come out of the box because they are slippery and they still have a coating on it. And then you try to get that off. And there were so many fumbles by the quarterbacks that finally some of the guys went in and just said, hey, this is ridiculous. And then they let us go back to doing stuff. Now I guess they start putting the mud on the balls.
But I don't know why I understand that you should have some kind of uniformity there, but they should let those balls be broken in. I just think that should be something that's accommodating to the quarterback. It doesn't give you an unfair advantage. I just think it allows you to play the game better.
Well, yeah, now they're letting them. They're putting like the Mississippi mud for like they do on the baseballs. If you look at the ball when it comes out of the box, it's like a red color. But when you look at the ball in the game, it's chocolate brown. It's deep. So they're getting a lot of that off. They're getting a little better grip with it. Yeah. So it's good.
I brought this up a couple of times this week, is what Brady has done with the number of Super Bowls he's been to, 6 now, more impressive than you winning 4. He's won 3. He may win a 4th, but he's been to 6 Super Bowls. Is it apples and oranges? Or if you were looking at this, not through your eyes, but stepping outside and say what's more impressive, your 4 or the fact that he's been to 6?
Well, I think getting there is hard. I mean, no matter what. I mean, the unfortunate thing is people forgot that Jim Kelly went to 4 straight, and so getting there and winning is important, but getting there is just as hard. I mean, winning is difficult too, as Tom will tell you, or anybody who's been there. But I don't know. I don't really look at it that way.
But if I said you could be 4-0 or 4-2.
I don't want to lose, so I think I'll take 4-0.
But you got to 6.
That's all right.
So you'd rather get to 4 than get to 6 and lose 2?
I'm not sure. I don't know what it's like to go and lose, so I can't answer that question. So I mean, I'd like to be able to, but I don't know.
What's the toughest loss though you ever had? Since you didn't lose a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think losing to the Redskins in the championship game, I think that was probably one of the toughest. We had a phantom call on the other side of the field against one of their DBs that kept the drive alive, and they went on to go on and win the Super Bowl, which we actually thought, we probably were the better team even at that point, but they came on and won, and I think that was a tough loss for us because I think that would have made it 3 in a row for us.
He's Joe Montana joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Can you teach your style to college kids?
I don't think so. I think one of the things I've always done is that everybody has their own feel for the game and how to throw the ball. Yeah, you want to have a certain form when you're throwing, but I don't think you can. I think a lot of that just comes naturally to someone who has an instinct. Some people can feel the pressure around you. Some people have a tough time feeling it and know when to get out of there. And sometimes I left a little early the pocket, so my lineman would tell me. But
Tony Dungy said Russell Wilson reminded him of you, which is, obviously the ultimate compliment there. What do you think Tony is seeing in Russell Wilson that reminds him of you?
Well, I think one of the things I would run if I had to run. Of course, I didn't run very far, or very fast. But typically when I get outside the pocket, I'm looking to get rid of the ball to somebody who knew and what to do with it and can run a lot better than I could with it. So I always had my head up and tried to find someone. And I think that's what Russell does so well is that he gets up and he looks down the field, and it doesn't matter. He's got run on his mind, but he's still looking down the field and never gives up down there.
Go back to high school. Where would you have gone if you didn't go to Notre Dame?
I don't know, because I didn't know whether I wanted to play basketball or football, and I might have gone to basketball. But I don't know. I'd visited a few other. I hadn't visited any schools for basketball at that point, but I was.
If you had gotten a good offer to play basketball,
I probably would have. I don't know. Outside of Notre Dame, it would have been tough. It would have been a tough decision. I wouldn't be sitting here probably if I decided to play basketball. But
let's say North Carolina recruited you, or UCLA, or like something that would make you go, wait a minute here.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed.
Were you that good
in high school? I don't know. Probably not. I thought we all think we're better than we are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You sit there and you go back and look at it, and I liked basketball in high school. I liked basketball a lot more than I liked football at that point in time, except for Notre Dame.
Where would you have gone if you didn't go to Notre Dame for football? Who was the close second?
I was looking at Georgia. It was probably the closest second.
And why Georgia?
I had a good visit.
What happened during the visit?
No, it's just I enjoyed the coaching staff at the time, and getting away from home was a big plus for me. I really liked Pitt. I just didn't want to stay. I was looking for a school with a campus more so than, and I really did enjoy Pittsburgh, but I was really looking to get away from home.
You know that Seton is still upset at you over the Rudy comment. Like
the Rudy comment.
Yeah, I mean, when you told him, remember that was a while ago, but Seton's had his head. Well, Rudy's upset at you.
No, even Rudy. I saw Rudy about a month ago. Even Rudy said, "Yeah, you're right. It's a movie." Sorry,
Seton, you all right with this now?
It's a good movie.
Clearly,
I didn't say it wasn't a bad movie.
Seton says it's a documentary.
It's the greatest documentary of our time. I mean, hey, there are some people who don't believe we landed on the moon, Dan, and there's some people who just don't believe in Rudy.
When you said that, Joe, and I know that you caught some grief when you said that, that Rudy was sort of fiction. His face, you crushed him. He was crushed. He couldn't believe. And Paulie thinks it's the greatest movie ever. If it's on, he'll text you and go, "Rudy's on, DirecTV channel, whatever." And then you said that, and you crushed those little guys' hearts right over there.
When he gets the letter, he's getting in. You go, oh, thank God.
You were there that day. Didn't you see that when he got the letter? You weren't there that day.
No.
But you didn't take your jersey in and put it on the desk, did you?
No.
You did not?
No, no, no.
Would you have done that?
Probably not.
Not a team player.
You're with Papa John's.
Yeah.
Eating pizza.
Yeah.
Is that why you look like you
Yeah.
put on some weight?
Yeah, better ingredients.
Look
Can
at
you
you.
tell?
Yeah,
See?
I can tell. I can tell. Do you enjoy being a pitchman? Like an actor?
It's pretty fun. I mean, I got to eat pizza free all day. I mean, the pizza's free. I mean, they got a big promotion going on for the Super Bowl coming up. And they're at Super Bowl Central, they're tasting the bacon cheeseburger pizza. You know, bacon's good on everything.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, and through the Super Bowl, you spend $15, you get a free large pizza. So up to 3 toppings. How can you beat that?
What kind of conversation did you have with Peyton Manning when you did the commercials? Do you talk football?
A little bit. The nice thing about with John and Peyton, John's got it down. He comes in, and it was quick. I mean, so we were working like the whole time. It was fast. He doesn't like to do extra shots, so he has 3 cameras set up, so you don't have to do reset and do everything. You're in, you're done, and it has all the shots put together. Loved it. It was a lot of fun. I got to eat a lot of pizza too.
What did you talk to Peyton about?
Age.
Injuries?
Injuries, yeah. I don't know. It's just seeing how he's feeling, you know, what he was thinking, and I don't know. You know, he had a pretty good year the year before, and
how tough is it though? That you never want to go out, you know, in a bad season, but then you don't want to go out when you're winning either. So how tough is that when you have to make that decision to say, all right, I'm done?
I think it's hard. I think mine was a physical decision, and more so than I think physically, as long as he can play, I can't imagine him not playing. Because when you're done, you can't go back to it. I mean, at that age, if you retire, you can't take a year off and come back. And so I would imagine that he would play as long as he felt physically comfortable doing it. Because the last thing you want to do is make that decision to play, and then all of a sudden you end up with a serious injury that doesn't allow you to do things for the rest of your life. And that's kind of where I was.
And what's that first year like when you're not playing?
Oh, it's the first 2 years are really hard to even watch a game or even be around. I can't imagine. I think I said this before about I never smoked cigarettes or whatever, but if you were a smoker trying to quit cold turkey, I see it's like ridiculously hard, and that's kind of what it's like. I mean, you stop, there is no more. There's no go and pick up games. There's no over 40 leagues like you can find in basketball or baseball. You just can't find that excitement anywhere else.
But did your wife try to get you out of the house on Sundays, like take you away from the TV being on or anything?
Jen was always pretty good about it. Yeah, she would try to get moving after she realized that I really had a tough time watching, and especially watching the teams that you played for. That was probably it was easier to watch other games than it was to watch those guys play.
Were you moody?
Probably. As Jennifer will say, absolutely.
Yeah, because it's hard to turn. You never can get something like that can replace it. There's nothing in your life that can replace that.
The closest thing I've come to that excitement is, had I known this was a country western set,
yeah,
I would have brought my video for you of my riding cutting horses. You have 2.5 minutes, and you go in and you cut. You have to separate a cow, and then you have to put your hand down on the horse's neck. And it's all, if you can pull up a video to show someone what it's like being on the back of Barry Sanders. That's all I can imagine. Like 1 minute you're going full speed one direction, and the cow stops and your horse stops with it. And the next thing you know, it's going 100 miles an hour the other direction. And it is a fun adrenaline rush that got close to it, but nowhere near.
I got horses out here.
I saw them going by.
You want to
I
get
smelled
on a
them
horse?
all the way halfway down the road.
Oh, yeah.
It's a familiar smell, though, that barn smell.
Yes, it is.
It felt like I was home again.
Yes, it is. You can take a horse home with you if you want to.
Oh, I already tried to buy 2 more. My wife.
Did you really?
I told her that. Yeah, I think I need to get 2 more cutting horses. I need to get back in that.
How expensive are they?
It varies from you know, you can get them young around the $25,000, $30,000 range, or you can spend a lot more money on the good ones, so they're a little bit older, but they're a lot of fun.
Papa John's, anything else you want to mention with?
No, just I was kind of hoping we'd have some. I was looking forward to eating some pizza.
Did you wait? You didn't bring pizza?
Yeah, well, there's a traffic outside.
What the hell?
We'll get you some pizza. We'll get you some pizza.
Well, how long do I have to wait? You don't even have a watch on.
Just checking.
Yeah, I have one on.
Checking.
Yeah.
We'll get you some pizza for sure.
All right.
So you'll see, and you'll get to taste the better ingredients yourself.
Would you throw the football around just a little bit before you leave?
I'll try.
Oh, stop. I saw you in a Skechers ad. You could still heave it a little bit. All right, Joe, great to see you. Joe Montana.